The inspiration for today's video was brought to you by this comment. That's right, a random throwaway comment you make might one day be the inspiration for a video, mostly because I'm surprised to see anyone this excited for raid battles returning in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, it's not Dynamax raid battles, but it's pretty close. We got the little Pokemon icon, we got the multiple stars, there's a little card saying we're about to engage in a raid battle. You go to a landmark to activate it, it's 4-on-1. It is going to be real time, so there are some changes. But that's what I want to talk about. There needs to be enough changes to not make it fall into the pitfalls that became worse and worse with Dynamax raids in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Because my recollection of the experience is closer to my duo partner from Pokemon Unite. He was talking about how, like, the new boss raid battle, like, if you just get bots, your game is over. It's like, oh yeah, that sounds like Dynamax raids. And then I accidentally gave him PTSD. Oh no, mental, not like this. I shattered his mental by just bringing up, oh yeah, remember what happened when you got AI in Dynamax raids? It's not a good time. So that's kind of the issue here with what's going to happen on these Tera raids. And I did want to go back into Pokemon Sword and Shield and just kind of talk about everything and go over it. Maybe I remember a few things. Maybe it's not as bad. It's definitely going to be as bad as we remember. But I did kind of want to go over the experience and see how that translates to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Because I've actually been thinking about this kind of video for a while. Actually, no, wait. We just go into it and then we can... Oh, that's not how I want to do it. So yeah, don't mash the buttons. This isn't the game's fault. This is 100% my fault. So I forgot, like, oh yeah, I actually don't have to set up my team beforehand because you can do it in this directly, and you can also look at the Pokemon you're about to encounter and then set it up that way. So I have like a level 100 Regieleki. We're probably just going to be fine by throwing this in. Except this is 5-star, and I didn't know that the Wooloo evolution could be in here. Whatever, we're just gonna send it, so don't invite others. We go in, and then let's see, who was that one guy that had like the troll Soul Rock or Lunatone? Oh, I think we got him. Is it like Albert or something? I don't remember, but yeah, there's a lot of memes. So let's see, we get Regieleki, my level 100 legendary Pokemon. So what power do the devs think is okay? Oh, we got Mudbray, but then just an Eevee. Like, why? Why are they capped at level 70 when we're starting to go up against some pretty crazy Pokemon? One of the big issues with this is that certain Pokemon you encounter in dens, like Gigantamax Toxtricity, I think it was like Gmax Toxtricity, or even regular Toxtricity, are just impossible with AI, and sometimes can be incredibly difficult even if you get 3 friends with level 100 Pokemon. So I mean, like, this Eevee has Helping Hand, what's that going to do? At least we didn't get the Cleffa, or like the Clefairy or whatever, that just like spams Heal Pulse and doesn't do anything. But like, this doesn't look that great either. Throw out Thunderbolt, do some damage to Double. Eevee with a Helping Hand helps me out. Alright, that's good. Actually accomplishing something. But then this is what upset me most about the max raid battles, is that even though I have a level 100 Pokemon, there's nothing to do about the shields. And if you're stuck with the AI, they're just going to spam status into it. Or, like, you're not going to be able to progress in a meaningful way, and this really halts all the momentum. Like, if I have level 100 Pokemon, I'm in the post-game, I shouldn't be stuck here for several minutes to just catch a double, maybe, and get a couple of rewards out of it, because this feature is, like, just gating me so much. And that was, like, that was the topic of the video I want to do. It's, like, how to fix max raid battles, because, like, I crit, or someone crit. Yeah, I crit. Like, why doesn't a crit just do bonus damage on RNG, or at least enable other things? Like, the best you could get is that you use a one-hit KO move, and that can remove 2, and also Dynamaxing does take away more, but even then, like, chewing through the shield is such a chore when, like, we should have this locked down, and if there was, like, a more favorable type matchup, or if we're with friends or something, like, yeah, it's 100% set. We are taking on this raid, just give me the rewards game. Now, I can actually see a benefit to the new raids already because it's not Dynamax, and Dynamax doesn't... Like, also, yeah, Helping Hand. Why doesn't Helping Hand do bonus damage to the Dynamax? Like, it just seems like the shields were an unnecessary way of getting it in. Like, maybe if the Pokemon just had 3 times the health and you could 2-shot it, you kind of earn that in some kind of way. But yeah, without the Dynamax feature, it means like some loser isn't going to steal it away from you if you do like the random online raids, or if you're not fully coordinating with your friends and one of them screws up and like steals the Dynamax or something. So at least like that isn't going to be as much of a problem. Still waiting for my Dynamax. Maybe we go for the Ancient Power, and then that's just going to give us some stats, and we can Dynamax and maybe speed this up a bit. And oh, that's as frustrating as it gets when the shields barely don't proc, right? Because it only did a little bit, and now it's getting desperate. So there's no feature to break the shields more. There's no overkill, and I hope there isn't some kind of silly gating or restrictive feature that makes it where like, yeah, you don't just get to clear through the Tera raids as easily. And like, this isn't even, well, maybe it's decent content only in retrospect, but like, if I'm doing this all day long or I'm trying to make a video about it, no one's seen me fight the same Pokemon for 6 minutes. There we go. So now, see, that's one thing I didn't take advantage of early, but also you need to be strategic about it. Cool. Okay, like strategy on how you Dynamax to take on a difficult max raid, I can get down with that because it's not just mindless. Like sometimes you don't want to immediately Dynamax, you want to pass it off to the better person or wait for the right timing. But even then, it's like, okay, so now I'm going to do 2 damage to it. And then we do 2 damage again, and then double goes down, and hopefully my team doesn't int it hard enough. But we didn't get bad AI. However, we could have still gotten just like really bad teammates, and then again, mental, not like this. It's over. So I want to see the rewards. Like, the rewards usually end up making it worth, because like, oh, no matter what I did, I'm not going to find 20,000 experience in 3 minutes for a max candy, and depending on the Dynamax, what is it called? Wild Area News. Depending on the Wild Area News and the special raid events that are going on, it can get even better from there, where it's like, yeah, this is the best way of getting anything inside the games. Alright, so we took out the double. That only took a couple of seconds. I'm just trying to trim it up for the video now. We get the choice of catching the Pokemon, and this also kind of goes into its own video because I want to talk more about the terrestrializing feature. But yeah, like imagine your raid gets scuffed by either randoms online or the AI, and it's like a super ridiculously rare Pokemon, like a water type Gardevoir, for example, for this, and you haven't seen it in a while, you've been farming for like an hour just to get this opportunity, and then it's wasted, or you succeed, but then the catch rate is so low that it doesn't work. Now, there's been a lot of shenanigans with the catch rate coming out recently, that we had Anubis, Sabuna Switch working on like the catch rates for Dynamax raids. Apparently, Duskball only worked at night, and in certain areas that were like already caves or something. So the assumption was Duskball is like 100% effectiveness in Dynamax raids. I'm pretty sure your experience was that as well, where it's like, yeah, throw out a Duskball, it always works better than Pokeball, even in the daytime. Repeat balls are always good. It's just a double, so there's no problem, and also I'm the host, so that makes the catch rates kind of interesting as well. And then we can see the rewards, and like, this is the reason why you do it. EXP can't, oh wow, we also got some big nuggets. So yeah, like the 5-star raid, took all that time, took all that shield, was unnecessary, sometimes it's a predetermined conclusion. 2 Dynamax candies, really nice. Armorite Ore and Dynite Ore. So I'm guessing this was a raid event from like the last time I played, or a Wild Area News event. And then, yeah, so we get an insane amount of experience. XL isn't 20, I think it is. I don't remember the exact numbers, I haven't played this game in a year. Oh, it's actually 30,000, which is really good. So yeah, we just picked up 50,000 experience. Good luck doing that in 5 minutes. Like, I guess with EXP share and stuff, but even then, like, grinding the Elite Four isn't going to give you that crazy of experience in such a short amount of time. So that is one thing that needs to happen with the Tera raids. Like, yes, EXP candies need to stay in Pokemon forever now because the quality of life it brings to training is really good. But also same thing for the other rewards. I like that there's other ways of like augmenting your gameplay or getting benefits, like Armorite Ore plus Dynite Ore. Well, now we can use that for all kinds of fun stuff, and then Nugget, Big Nugget, well, sell that, and then buy vitamins, and hopefully there's discount vitamin system. That usually seems to be like a DLC kind of thing, but also not really, because they were like the random sales that would happen in Generation 3, and then you can get discount items, or just O-Powers in general. And then we also got the tutor moves. So, TR is pretty nice. Like, that's just worth my time. It is frustrating, but at the end of the day, it's alright. And even if you fail 1 or 2 5-star raids, you're still up, and you're still feeling pretty good about it. It's actually not as bad as I thought, but again, like, you get into, like, a special event raid that you really want, or you miss the Pokemon, and that's where the PTSD sets in super duper hard. Another thing, the wild area news. Sometimes the event slapped, a lot of times completely forgettable. There was one where it's just Shelter, and then you end up with Shiny Shelter. And even though it's like, wow, shiny hunting's a big thing, it really seems tone deaf from the Pokemon Company to throw out an event where it's like, you end up with a shiny Greedent. Don't thank me. No need to thank me. You know, one of those things. So, yeah, like, we had some weird wild area news. We had some really good ones. Like, in the beginning, the wild area news always slaps. It's like, oh, these are hard to get Gigantamax Pokemon. Everyone's, like, gunning for Gigantamax right now. The Kanto starters, they were in the game, but they weren't released, and this, like, unlocked them. So they don't normally appear in the game. That was actually really cool. And then there was also the chance of getting the Mewtwo raid, which was impossible unless you, like, super duper coordinate with your friends. I don't remember the exact strategies, but, like, yeah, you have to use Trick Room. Then you also have to, like, set up the buffs and debuffs just right, and then hit them at the exact right time to proc into the shields and stuff. And then you got ability capsules, big nuggets, and other really rare rewards. There's also the infamous Ditto one, which I guess I didn't have, like, a page for already set up. But, like, yeah, there were some really good ones. There were some kind of forgettable ones where it's like, yeah, I catch Gigantamax, Gengar, and Snorlax for the 20th time by March of the game's release. Not as exciting. The baby Pokemon invasion, though, for getting the breeding Dittos, that was the big one. However, there was kind of like a small window. I don't think it ever really returned, or if it did, like, by that point, kind of people didn't really care. Also, kind of late. You want your breeding Dittos in, like, the month the game comes out, if not December, if not January at the latest, or else everyone's going to hack them in. By the way, if you got a 6IV Ditto that you did not obtain from yourself, or a very, 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 can't stress enough, very trusted source, it's hacked, and you might as well just be genning all of your Pokemon anyways, because breeding with a hacked Ditto is no different from hacking. Pokemon Company has ruled that. But there was also, like, really good items you were getting from this. You were getting the power items. There was also, like, you were getting the Toxic Orb and Flame Orb, I believe, from the Kanto starters. So sometimes just the extra rewards thrown on top of it, pretty good stuff. Apricorn, Choice Band, EXP Candy, Armorite Ore, and Dynite Ore from a recent Urshifu one. This was like the Mewtwo, you couldn't catch it, very tough challenge, but just floods you in quality of life resources. Gigantamax, Kanto Pokemon, Milcery event. This was actually really cool the first time it happened because they gave the unobtainable sweets, which then became obtainable in DLC. The ability to Dynamax, Shiny, Nuggets, Money New Year's event, so that's also really nice. Shiny Magikarp happened in the past. Big Nugget, Meowth events, and all that other fun stuff. So there was a lot of good. Like, I think the upside of max raid battles is incredible and one of the best quality of life features, but the problem is it feels ruined by the bad AI and also just the clunkiness of the shields. So what pitfalls are there for the Tera? Well, it is real time. You know, battle system has a time limit, allows you to continue attacking seamlessly without having to wait for other trainers to choose their actions. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how that takes place because, like, oh, I guess if your Pokemon is speed, it's cooldown, you mash, kind of like how the charging works potentially in Pokemon Go. Either way, real-time Pokemon battles, not fully explored. However, people are hyped for this. This is something that people have always wanted, and the raid style means it doesn't interfere with traditional Pokemon and traditional competitive, but also opens up for this gameplay that people can just spam and has a ton of replayability. That's good. You can also coordinate with your teammates by increasing stats of your Pokemon, so you can also do the shout-out. You don't have to wait for your Pokemon to faint. 3 kinds of cheers you can use, or maybe you do. They'll benefit ally Pokemon. 3 effects are boosting attack, special attack, defense, special defense. Anybody can use cheers, allowing you to play cooperatively, even if your Pokemon hasn't learned any moves to support other Pokemon. It's key to max raid battles. So also, you can see there was a little bit of kind of care taken into this one, where RNG cheering, sometimes it makes your game, sometimes it breaks your game, and, like, that's kind of silly. So with this, you actually get to choose. It creates a cooperative, coordinative effect. All 4 Pokemon are on the field, so yeah. You can use 3 kinds of cheers. You can cheer instead of using a Pokemon move. Reading the website helps. But again, I haven't done like my super duper research because that's the next video for about the Tera types and stuff. So actually, yeah, like it could be one of those things where if you have to sit out, because there are turns where it's like, yeah, you're just burning a turn. You're not getting any benefit by doing anything in this max raid battle. So that actually seems like a really nice quality of life that hopefully aids that. And I'm hoping, like, as you get further into the game, I can get better than level 70 AI with a Clefairy on my team. Even going into like the max raid, like the Dynamax Adventures, AI still kind of felt rough. So I don't think, it seems like the system was put in place for Pokemon Sword and Shield, wasn't really like patched or fixed or balanced or updated significantly throughout the history of Pokemon Sword and Shield. So kind of has to land properly. And I trust Pokemon when it comes to quality of life. Cramomatic, one of the best things ever. A lot of what happened to Pokemon Sword and Shield, making competitive more accessible, didn't stop the hacking. What can you do? This feature in general, just kind of making to where a Pokemon's hidden power type becomes a typing through a Z move, form change, shenanigans kind of feature. It's like, yeah, this also makes it to where hacking can greatly have more of an advantage than it does already. But at least, like, it's going to be a fun feature. As long as the battles aren't BS, even like the 5-star higher raid ones, if you have type advantage, if you have stronger Pokemon, and you've earned it, then you should just be able to kind of rake in the rewards, get your victory lap, make your competitive Pokemon faster than ever, and that'll be it. So far I don't see anything bad. Dynamax Raids, I guess when you haven't done 300 in a month or whatever, like if you're not doing an excessive amount, coming back to it and doing a Dynamax Raid, I felt good. I'm probably not playing Pokemon Sword and Shield ever again. But I just got those rewards, they gave me the dopamine, and the payoff was there for all that. Like, the gameplay loop is what really sold me that. Again, like I said, you do Dynamax Raids, you get the money for the EVs, you get the candies, you get other resources that you can then trade in for watts, and now everything is at your disposal for just making instant competitive Pokemon. But by the time you're making your 50th competitive Pokemon, kind of burned out, and then if you just kind of see that Soul Rock on your team, you're already just tilted off the face of the earth. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but it actually doesn't look too bad. And I think we're so far in the state of development for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that I can't give any suggestions to the devs, even if they do watch this video. It's already set in stone pretty much, but overall, less frustration, more cooperation. Hopefully the AI doesn't suck. And it looks like the feature's actually going to be just better than Dynamax. You win, a new blue dude. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.